Courtney Buford. Good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut of Mike Kelly, and we're Real Estate Jerky Daily. And
I'm on the roller coaster of real estate.
Are you? Well, I'm trying. It's amazing how things are different out there right now.
Well, they're different, but they're not. What's amazing to me is all the different interpretations of what's really not different.
Well, that's why some people think we're doing really good right now, and other people are doing really bad.
Yeah.
So there's interpretations of everything. Like I've been throwing down. It's been shoving down my throat the last few days about how great we are doing according to certain places.
Yeah. Certain sectors of the United States.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm talking about like certain political parties are telling me this, and they're also telling me that by paying influencers $10,000 each to say how great they are, they have no affiliation with them except for money.
Yep.
And they're pushing out this agenda, and that's I don't know. I remember when it used to be. I guess it's never been good.
Yeah. It used to be better. It used to be more gentlemanly.
We went back in the 50s.
Yeah.
When you had the FBI guy throwing everybody in whatever, and you're a communist if I don't like you, and you're going to jail. Now
McCarthy.
Yeah. The FBI guy. What's his name? Yeah. Lee. I almost said Lee Iacocca.
They look similar.
Yeah. Oh, somebody will tell us. Somebody will put it in the comments for us.
Alvina. What's his name?
Hoover.
Yeah. Herbert, not Herbert, but Hoover.
J.
Edgar.
Whatever. So I'm just saying there's always been some type of person trying to control through the FBI and other places. And it's always kind of been that way. Have you seen the movie To the Moon, or it's on
with
Apple?
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. Have you seen that?
That other guy?
Yeah. Have you seen that?
Not yet.
Okay, well, I don't want to ruin it for you, but basically they show why potentially there could be pictures of a studio that had a landing of the moon.
Just in case they didn't make it, they had to make it look like they did. So I know that's the premise.
Yeah, that's basically it. And that could make sense, but that would be, a way to disclaim everything.
Yeah.
All right, we should get to some news. All right, that's all the news I have for today.
Yeah, me too. What's going to happen Wednesday?
The same stuff that happened last Wednesday.
Fed minutes?
Yeah, well, today, I don't know if today, but the leading economic index, the Conference Board released their leading economic index, which decreased in July by 0.6%, which was worse than the negative 0.3 expected.
Whoa.
The index has been negative 27 out of the last 28 months and flat the other month. This usually means that there's like a recession coming.
Yeah.
Even though it's continued to trend down, the long-term growth has been less negative, pointing to a slow recovery according to the Conference Board. So it's not like you're going to fall flat on our face. It's just going to be, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see, depending on what happens and who keeps spending.
Powell spoke yesterday.
Did he?
I'm asking you.
No, he doesn't speak.
He just went to Wyoming.
Yeah. Thursday, the meeting starts.
Okay.
So that he's not really.
So he's hanging out, having whiskeys and stuff like that.
Well, they're just all, what should we say?
Yeah.
Mortgage affordability. Redfin states that the monthly mortgage payment is up 90% since the start of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
While this is actually an improvement from 105%, it seems, seen about 4 months ago, this does still point to affordability issues.
Yeah.
According to incomes they're saying incomes are rising to keep pace with the rise in mortgage rates, but not with the food rates and everything else.
Yeah.
Median income is up 23% since the start of 2020. Since 2020. It's important to remember that it's not all your income goes towards housing payments. Also, median income captures those that may not be in the home buying pool. So what they're saying is, Mark Twain said, "There's lies, damn lies, and then statistics." Yeah, and that's where we're at.
Yeah, I like Mark Twain. He's cool.
Yeah,
dude.
I saw your post last week.
Oh,
yeah. Average mortgage payment is closer to 40. Wow.
For what?
Oh,
are you blowing yourself away?
Yeah, well, I'm just saying it's expensive. It's way more expensive now to own, but you need to get in and get that house before those values go up. Because if somebody puts together some stupid thing giving people money before they get enough houses, it's really going to mess up the system.
Yeah.
And I mean, we got this other problem right now. It's not really a problem, but people are making a problem of how do I pay for commission?
Oh, I just say, let's do business as usual. That seems to be the easiest. I get my highest and best price for my seller. I get more looky-loos for my seller. I get more offers for my seller. Gosh, that role model seemed to work perfectly until we put the commission in the MLS.
It still works.
I know.
Just don't put it in there.
Yeah.
Because you can't.
Yeah.
Just don't take people are going to take advantage though right now.
They are. And the funny thing is I love seeing all the reels and stuff, how realtors are getting, they're sharing the commission. So you open up the lockbox, you take the key out, and on the key tag, it says 3%. I love that. I'm not going to do that, but I mean, I say in the comments, give me a call. You'll like what you hear.
Can't you just say typical?
Oh, I could put it out in code.
No, you
with
can't.
With a cipher.
They'll come back.
No, I'll even upload the cipher in the attached documents.
Well, the biggest thing is you have to have your buyer sign a agreement before you show them anything, right?
Yeah, that's not really a big thing. I mean, boy, they made the buyer broker agreement a big thing. My God,
how many pages?
That's 604. I mean, it's ridiculous. You got possible representation of more than one buyer or seller. You've got buyer broker advisory, buyer.
So that more than one seller means that that's really the company is representing.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. That was a lawsuit, I think, in Florida.
Really?
Yeah, Coldwell Banker. They got brought up against charges because they were selling in a subdivision, and one agent listed one property for X, and another agent listed the exact floor plan down the street for a little bit less than X. And which one sold first?
The lower
the
price
one less than X. But the seller, who I think thought he was very, very smart, said that's a breach of your fiduciary duty, takes him to court. He loses, but we have a new document.
You always get a new document.
I know, every lawsuit.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they're talking about how refinances are up, but a lot of LOs are like, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's just there's still more than we need of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then there's more realtors than we need of us as well. And I firmly believe that the people who've been hanging on their license to do 1 or 2 deals a year and have really no support structure in place are going to go, you know what? I'm just going to refer. That'll be easier for me. And I make usually 25% of the commission on the one side.
But what happens if there's no buyer? They're not paying the buyer side. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, we're already seeing, and we've seen this before in hot markets, is the buyers going directly to the listing agent, just saying, there's a change out there, and I think this is going to be the easier way for me to be able to get represented and put an offer together, because there's still big pent up demand. I don't care what you say.
I saw an article the other day. I will bring up for radio. I'll find it, but it was talking about places that are buyer side, that are for the buyer. They have the seller. What's that?
You mean a buyer brokerage?
No. It's either seller market. Oh, there it is.
Oh,
it's a buyer's market in these certain markets right now versus a seller market.
Really?
Yeah. So it's changing in certain places, and
is that like Florida?
I'm sure it's Florida and some of these places in Texas,
Detroit.
and other places. Yeah, where there's not many people are going there right now because it's hot.
And $14,000 a year for insurance.
Well, I mean, you go there and you go, oh, it's really hot here.
Yeah.
Yes.
I still got my client coming back to Cali from Florida. And it's really not because of the weather, and it's not because of the ocean, and it's not because of the people. It's because of the cost to live there. He just was jumping up and down. My insurance has gone up to like $11,000 this year. Yep, I get it.
Yeah. And still, if you're putting a house on the market, please make sure it's good. I had a client write an offer on a property, and a conventional, it was almost a waiver, but it wasn't. It was one of those quick little things.
Yeah.
Ended up being 30 pages of
what's wrong. Well,
they didn't have banisters. They didn't have they didn't have certain things, health and safety codes. If it's called on a conventional loan, there's something wrong.
They didn't have banisters.
They
were living on the edge.
They were on the edge. You got to have it when you're going downstairs.
Well, yeah, you don't. Unless you're 12.
I mean, that was just one of them. Another one is ants are coming out of the wall where you can see water damage. So it's probably carpenter ants.
Yeah, no uncles.
No,
just carpenter ants.
Yeah, just the ants. No uncles.
Those
went
those
out
guys
to work.
are vicious.
Oh, they'll
eat a house in about a week and a half.
Yeah, a good friend of mine, was telling me about when he used to be in Africa and the ants there that would just eat you up. He'd ever get drunk and fall down because the next day you're not going to be there.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, look, we've got roadkill.
But I'm just saying there's, and they went through it. It's probably $50,000 worth of work because it's deferred maintenance because people didn't keep it up because they're having issues and other stuff. Just, you just have to understand there's things that are.
They were trying to sell as is, of course.
Of course, because somebody else is probably making the payment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's, and then there was another house I looked at. I think we talked about it. Did we talk about it before you're gone or not? Or after? Well, basically, it needs to be an investor, but most investors are saying there's too much work.
Right.
It's like, no, then the price is too high.
I've got
it's not too much work. It's the price is too high.
Property that's supposed to be vacant. I've only been working with them since January 12th.
Is that the one I sent you?
No. Kelsey's, that'll be interesting too. His sister's not cooperating, but
of course not. It's hard to find a place. How you say, the person is supposed to be out of the house this Friday, then I can get it rekeyed and then I can put it on the market. We're going to sell it as is, and it will be an investor, a wonder, and it'll go cash. It'll go pretty quickly. It can only go cash. But I want to do a 203K streamline.
Yeah.
I want to do a VA reno.
Okay. More power to you. I totally understand, but someone comes in same price or higher with cash. These things, cans of worms can be opened. Yeah.
Remind me to talk to you about something with investors when we get done.
Okay.
I can't put it out here. All right. That's all I have for today. Well, I know we didn't have much. We're just going back and forth. Tomorrow is Fed minutes, 20-year bond auction to see where we're going. They did say that long-term, this market is showing that, I'm talking about the stock market and everything else is showing that we're going to go down 100 basis points by the end of the year.
Wow.
And another 100 next year. So we'll see.
Yeah.
How bad it is.
That's all we can do.
That's correct. All right. That's all I have. Thank you.
Are the Fed minutes really just minutes?
Yes, they're just about what they talked about.
Oh,
it's kind of like a board minute.
Yeah.
That we're
moved,
supposed to,
seconded, passed.
You know what tomorrow is?
Wednesday.
The 3rd Wednesday. All right. Make it a great day.
I know.
I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, you will.
I thought you'd forgotten it.
Nope.
Move on.
Nope.
All right. Everybody make it a great day and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.
I just